Hello my friends, welcome to another exciting episode in our Photoshop design series. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create a poster like this inside of Photoshop, right? So if at this point in time you've not gotten your Smart Designer Premium asset, it's still very much available so that you don't miss out on this 3D text, the background, the PNG images. You can click the link in the description of this video to get yours. If you've not subscribed, now is the best time to hit the subscribe button. Without having to say much, let's jump right into this. So click on File and click on New like this. I'm going to set mine to 4x5 inches. I'm just going to give this a random name. Let me just make it a social media flyer. Everything stays the same as of previous videos that I've done. And click on Adjustment Layer. That's the first thing to do. Click on Solid Color. And this is the color I'm using, so it's red, just plain red, right? Undiluted red. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to the resource file. The resource file is in the description of this video, right? So I can bring in this image, and now this is what happens when you click on rasterize and you go back to click on the image. If I zoom close or try and make this bigger, and because I've moved it, you can see that it's not as sharp as it used to be, right? So I can use this, but I'm not going to go on with this. I'm going to bring in the image again, so drag and drop inside like this. Now naturally, when you bring an image inside of Photoshop, it opens it up as a smart object. So do your best to make sure you resize it whatever you want to resize. And when you've gotten the exact size you want, make sure you still leave it at that, it being smart object, right? Make sure it's still a smart object. Make sure you don't go convert to rasterize it and come back to a smart object again, especially if you're moving it around. If you're not moving it around, it's fine, it's perfect, right? So let's go on. So I have this image. I'm going to make a duplicate copy of this, Ctrl J, and I have this image. So I'm going to press Ctrl T to engage the transform, and I'm going to make this smaller, and I'm just going to bring this down here like this. I'm going to put it behind the first image, the laws of perspective, and I'm just going to have this way here, right? So the next thing I want to do is throw in some shadows. So I'm just click on this layer, create a new layer here, and I'm going to use my okay, so this is the color of my foreground, this is the color code of my foreground color, and this is the color code of my background color, right? So click OK. So I'm just going to flip it to the background color, select my brush, make it smaller, 1 2 3, right? So Ctrl T to bring this down here like this, and I'm going to bring this up slightly, just like this. And when I'm done, I click enter like this. So I can make a duplicate copy of this, Ctrl J to make a duplicate copy of this. I'm going to put it where the other bottle is. You can see I have my nice shadow at the base of the bottles, right? So that's the first thing you need to do, which we have done now. The second thing to do, let's make this more realistic. I'm going to move this, selecting everything, moving it aside a bit. So let's make this more realistic to blend with the environment. That's the first red I have at the background. So create a new layer, place a clipping mask on top of it like this, and with your brush selected, make sure you use the flow to like 40 or 50, and with the brush selected, paint in like this. Alright, paint in like this so that you have this shadow effect. If you feel it's too much, which I feel it's not, you can reduce it here like this, but I'll just leave mine like this. And yeah, that's the amount of shadow I need on the image. I'm going to create an adjustment layer, curves, and I'm going to clip it to this existing layer the same way I did with the shadow. I'm going to take this up. I'm going to use this for the brightness, Ctrl I to invert this. With my brush selected, make sure you're on your whites. I'm just going to highlight the areas that need to be bright here, like this. So click here. The last one I'm going to use is exposure. So click on exposure. So if you've not seen how I use exposure, make sure you watch my previous videos where I explained lighting very well so that you'll be able to understand all of this. So invert it, and I'm just going to create a dark region here. All these areas should be dark, just like this. And I'm also going to go to this image, adjustment layer, exposure for this too. Clip it to the image, create clipping mask like this. And I'm just going to use my settings here. Ctrl I to invert it. We don't want it on the entire image. Areas here, this is where we need it. Areas here also. Areas here. Right. Okay, so you can see that we have a nice blend of these images together. Depends on how the lighting is, but you have a nice blend here created. So all you need to do is select all of them. Select this one, hold down shift, select this, Ctrl G on your keyboard to group all of them. You can see it's all grouped. I can name this drink. Simple and easy, drink. Right, so I have the drink and I have the shadows. So you can go ahead to group the shadows, but I'll do that later on. So I'm going to introduce my brightness, clip it to the group, and increase the brightness like this. Of course, it's not going to be on the entire image. So let me leave this way. Ctrl I to invert this, and I'm just going to paint in the light here. Painting some light here, the areas that I know that naturally should have light. And little things like this is what makes up great compositions, right? Extra light and all of this, but you can see how much difference this makes. So I'm going to increase the brightness here, and yeah, I think that does it for me. The next thing I want to do is go over to color balance. Yes, so I need the bottle to blend with the red I have in the background. So I'm just going to throw in some reds where I have mid-tones. I think this is fine. You can copy my settings. For shadows, I'm going to throw in some reds also. Then for the highlights, I think I'm going to move towards the magentas like this, so that I don't experience a total shift from the strawberry color to something different entirely. All right, so I have this. I'm just going to group the shadow all together like this. So my shadows are grouped. I have my drink and I have the adjustment. So let me go on and bring in my next image, which is this image. So if you have your Smart Designer premium asset, this is part of it. So just open it up and go over to where you have your premium backgrounds, right? So you can get this here. So this is the image. So I'm just going to drag and drop inside like this, right? I'm just going to have this here. Could choose to increase it. Okay, so this is the area that I need, right? So I'm just going to hold down shift while I bring this inside like this. Bring this inside, bring this inside. I can then extend this here and extend this upward also like this. I think this is good. We're good to go like this. I like the placement, but one mistake I'm making is I'm going to put this here like this. So make sure you create a mask, but drag it just above the first layer, right? So my mask selected, I'm going to click on my brush, B for brush. My flow is set to 42 still. I'm just going to take off all of this like this, and yeah, we're good to go. Right, so I have my nice blend of the background and the bottle and everything looking the same. Go to the topmost layer. I'm working with this color now, right? It's the color code. I'm going to use my brush, select the brush with the new layer selected. My flow is set to 42. I'm just going to do something like this. I'm going to be intense here, intense also here, but I'm not going to be intense in the middle, right? So I'm just creating a half a vignette effect. It's not complete, it's just on the bottom part like this. Okay, so now that I have all of this in place, the next thing I want to do is let me move this, increase this. I'm selecting the drink, the shadow, and the effects so I can increase the size. Right, so I have this in place. So let's go ahead and bring in the text. I'd already typed this out. Let's see. Before I do that, let me make this image punchy, make it pop. That's the word. So go over to Camera Raw. Right, if you don't have Camera Raw in your Photoshop, you can install the Photoshop on the Telegram group. The link to download that is also in the description of the video. So while you are inside here, use my settings for this, right? So click OK, and so I don't get to do too much, I'm just going to hold down the Alt key and copy the same thing on the other bottle, which is this one here. You can see that I have the same popped effect, right? So this is how you can easily copy effect from one layer to another. Of course, if you watch my video previously, you will see all of this, right? So the last thing I want to do is bring in my text here like this. So I'm just going to drag and drop like this. So dragging and dropping like this, or you use the place embedded command. Okay, so I brought in the text in the wrong place. So I'm just going to click on delete, close this up, and make sure you're on the top layer like this while you bring it inside. So I'm just going to bring it inside here like this and drag and drop, and boom, there you go. So I can decide to make this smaller, yeah, like this, and click enter like this, right? So yes, so if you're asking for the font that I also use, it's inside of the Smart Designer Premium Assets. So this is the reason why you should get yours, because you have thousands of fonts inside, not just anyhow fonts. You have amazing fonts, and of course you have a whole lot of assets at your disposal. So I'm just going to reduce this before and after like this, and yeah, so this is how I created this poster inside of Photoshop, right? So if you like this video, don't forget to click the like button, share, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notifications so that you miss any of the videos that I'll be dropping later on. I'll see you in the next video just up above.